Hi guys, good morning. Today we'll be talking about how to write a complete sentence. So basically how our sentences should be structured and written. A complete sentence should have these 5 things. So I've highlighted them each with different colors so that when we go through and talk about them, you'll be able to figure out which one is which based on the color it is. So the first one, it should start with a capital letter. 2, it should end with a punctuation mark, so a period, an exclamation mark, or a question mark. 3, it includes a subject. 4, it includes a verb. 5, it is a complete thought. So just in case you've forgotten what a subject is who or what the sentence is about. And a verb is what the subject does. Verbs are action words. So examples are things like run, talks, listens, makes, plays, sleeps. So let's do a few examples. Example 1, Miss Heather explains sentences. So Miss Heather is the subject. Explains is the verb, and the period mark at the end is the punctuation mark. So this is a complete sentence because it has all 5 of the things we talked about. It starts with a capital letter, it has a subject, it has a verb, it has a punctuation mark, and it is a complete thought because it tells you who the sentence is about and what they're doing. So the sentence is about Miss Heather. What she's doing is she's explaining sentences. So that makes it a complete thought. Example number 2, we listened to the video. We should fix this. There we go. So we listened to the video. We is the subject because that's who or what the sentence is about. Listen is the verb because that's what we're doing. And the exclamation mark at the end is our punctuation mark. So it's a complete thought because it tells us who's doing something, what they're doing, and it has punctuation at the end. And obviously it starts with a capital letter. Example 3, do you always write your sentences correctly? So it starts with a capital letter. It has a subject, which is you, it's who it's about. Write is our verb because we're writing something. And then the punctuation mark at the end is the question mark. All right, let's talk a little bit more about these so that we can understand it a little bit better. So number 1, a complete sentence starts with a capital letter. So let's look at the difference. In our first box, we have what is a capital letter, and it has the whole alphabet in capital letters. Sometimes these are called uppercase letters. So what is not a capital letter? Any of these that are lowercase letters. So things that aren't a capital letter are sometimes called a lowercase letter. So the correct way to write a sentence with a capital letter is he rode the bus to school. And this H is capital. The incorrect way is he rode the bus to school without a capital letter. So you always have to have a capital letter at the beginning of your sentence to show where the beginning is. Number 2, it ends with a punctuation mark. A punctuation mark tells you how a sentence should be read. We'll talk a little bit about these more another day. The main purpose of them is to show where your sentence ends, and if you're reading them out loud, how you should read them. So a period makes it a statement. So if I said, I am going to the market after school with a period, that would just be a statement. It would be something that I'm telling you. A question mark makes it a question. Are you going to the party? You see how I read that differently than I would have if I just said, are you going to the party? It makes it a question. It shows you that someone wants to know something. And an exclamation mark makes it an exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory means it shows excitement. So our example is, my parents bought a new car today. A new car is something that they're excited about, so they've used an exclamation point. Number 3, it includes a subject. Remember, the subject is who or what the sentence is about. The team won their soccer game on Saturday. The team is the subject of that sentence. After the game, they got pizza. They is the subject of this sentence. Mateo scored a goal. Mateo is the subject of that sentence. Number 4, it includes a verb. Remember, a verb is an action word that tells you what someone is doing. So our first example, the bird perched in the cage. Perched is the verb, that's what it's doing. To perch means to sit on something tall. So like when a bird sits on a branch or a telephone wire, it's when he's sitting. Number 2, the girl went to the movie theater. Went is the verb because it shows us what she's doing. The boy kicked the soccer ball. The verb is kicked because it tells us what he did. Number 5 is a complete thought. Let's look at 2 examples to help us understand what a complete thought is. So an incomplete thought is stuff like, I want. She got the entire. I gave him. The boy climbed. Jill read. So we're going to take these incomplete thoughts and make them into complete thoughts. I want would be, I want a dog, because then it tells you what I want. Otherwise, you don't know. She got the entire. She got the entire what? So we would make that sentence, she got the entire pizza. I gave him. So you would ask, I gave him what? The way to make it complete is, I gave him my book. The boy climbed. We don't know what the boy climbed, so to make it a complete thought, we would say the boy climbed a tree. Jill read. This one's tricky because we know who did it and what they did, but we don't know enough about what Jill read. So we could say Jill read 6 books. So making something a complete thought means that you can look at the sentence by itself and understand what's going on. It makes sense by itself. All right, so your assignment for today is to send me a photo of your notes to show that you watched this video and that you wrote down your notes. Please don't take a photo of my words, so don't make a screenshot or print them out and take a picture of them. That's not what I want you to do. I want you to write it or type it on your own so that you can practice it and so that you're actually having to read it as you write. Okay? All right, if you'll send me that for a grade today, and then you'll have a few other assignments to go with this video.